Hey, today I'm going to be talking us through how to get a British paddle sport leader instructor's qualification. I'm going to talk us through equipment, types of stroke in the water, and just generally how to be safe whilst using it. First of all, I'm going to talk about paddles. Participants' paddles should come up in between their chest and chin so that it's the correct size whilst they're using it in the water. You should check it for safety, see if there's no sharp bits of plastic, it's not cracked or frayed. You want to see the pole isn't bent and the handle hasn't got anything that's going to cut a hand on it. And that's the paddle. Pretty straightforward, very simple. Now we're going to talk about BAs and kitting up our lovely assistants, or in the case of a session, we'll be doing it for participants. Okay, so first of all, you want to get them to stick it over their head, making sure that it sits comfortably around their body, nice and secure around chest and back height. Then you want to show participants how to tighten the straps, just like this. These are the side straps. You want to check as you're doing it all that this is secure, there's no rips, tears, frays in it, any cracks in any of the plastic bits. And then do you mind doing these buckles up for me too, bud? And then tightening those side straps. Now that it's looking nice and secure, you can check the shoulder straps, which are very similar to just tightening up like the rest of it. It's all very straightforward. You want to do checks, making sure that it doesn't pull up over the head or anything, because that's what we call the silent killer. And yeah, that's how you check equipment before going into the water. Cool. Alright guys, this is the next skill you need to get your paddle sport qualification from British Canoeing. You need to be able to check a canoe, make sure it's all safe, and then launch your participants out into the water. And to do the checks, first of all, you're going to make sure flotation is nice and secure on both ends. It's alright, it's not going to go anywhere. Canoe's not going to sink. Then you want to go through, make sure everything's nice and secure, it's all on tightly and isn't going to go anywhere or cause any harm or damage to participants. Next of all, we're going to want to check the bottom and the sides, make sure there's no cracks, anything dangerous, deep scratches, anything that could potentially cause a leak and sink the boat. Finally, for the check, what we're going to want to do is make sure that the ropes are nice and secure and done up, and they're not going to wrap around anyone's leg if they fall in or they're paddling or anything like that, because similar to reeds, something wrapped around your leg whilst you're swimming is very dangerous. Then after that's all ready, we've already fitted them with their BAs, told them how to paddle and what's good about the paddle and how to use it. But then make sure they have their paddle, know that the back is steering and the front is power. Then you can launch them either way, it doesn't really matter, they can go backwards, they can go forwards. You just want to walk them out into the water and make sure that they're nice and ready to go. Okay, so this is the next skill we're going to talk about to help you get through your British Canoeing instructor's qualification, the British Paddle Sport instructor's qualification. Specifically, we're going to talk about canoeing. First of all, you're going to need to know how to do certain types of strokes, how to hold the paddle properly, and how to sit in the boat. Because I'm soloing it, I'm sat at the back of the boat, or the front of the boat, facing backwards. This is done so that you're closer to the middle of the boat, so you've got more space behind you, a bit easier to move whilst you're soloing. Most people, participants or clients that you'll be taking, they'll have 2 people on, sometimes it might be a 3-person canoe, so they normally won't be doing this. But for today, I am. We're going to talk about the different types of strokes, how to hold your paddle. First of all, kind of shoulder width apart, you want to hold it like that. This is called the box. We like to keep the box no matter what we're doing. We never twist our arms to do that, because we lose power, we lose technique, and it's not very good. Okay, in canoeing, unlike kayaking, there's a few different types of stroke, so we're going to just run through them. There's the J stroke and there's the goon stroke, and there's backwards and forwards for both of those. So I'll go over backwards and forwards for J stroke first, then I'll move on to goon. Okay, and the difference between that's easy to see is thumb down and thumb up. Okay, so first of all, this is the J stroke. You're going to go in, lean forwards, nice, drag it over, and as you pull it, you twist your thumb so it's facing down. And this will keep you nice and straight, and will stop you, because if you paddle this way, you end up turning, and that's not what you want to do. Then for the backwards J stroke, you want to do the same but backwards. In, down, turn your thumb down, in, down, turn your thumb down. Very simple, very easy. Sometimes it'll take a bit of practice to do. That's completely fine. That's what we're running the sessions for. Now I'm going to talk you through the goon stroke. The only real difference is for the goon, you don't twist your hand whilst you're paddling. So you go in, forward, hold it out the back of the boat. You should feel a bit of grab as you do it on the water so that you keep going straight. Backwards goon stroke, a bit different. Requires you to turn your body. You want to paddle back, and then back, and then back, and back. Very easy, very straightforward. The difficult part is making sure that people turn their body instead of just doing this, which can cause damage to their arms. You can twist them around. It's just not a very effective way to do it. Okay, now we're going to talk about turning. The backwards goon stroke is a good one for turning because you already know how to do it backwards. It's the same, but you just do it on opposite sides. So you go backwards. On this one, you go forwards, and then backwards, and then forwards, and then backwards. That's pretty much how you turn. Wasn't done very well there, but that's the technique. And how we teach this to people is we've got a few familiarization techniques and activities that we can do and teach them. A lot of people will get it straightforward. A lot of people will understand it pretty easily, but just in case, there's some games we can play. We've got this board set up here, which is if you want to specifically train and get better at those techniques, you do it around. So you start with the goon stroke, go up into the J, sideways, then you backwards goon stroke into backwards J. And that's just a nice little circuit to do if you want to try your techniques. Yeah, now we're going to talk about going sideways. Basically the same as kayak. There's a couple different ways you can do it. There's the sculling technique, where you pull the boat along. It's not a very fast way, so I don't really like doing it. My personal favorite is you do this, turn it sideways, bring it out of the water, and down. Kind of like a lever. Very effective way to do it. And those are the skills you should be able to demonstrate to pass your British paddle sport qualification. Okay, we're going to be talking about another skill you need to be able to do and demonstrate to pass your British paddle sport and canoeing outdoor leadership qualification. First of all, we need a boat to rescue. We're doing a rescue with a kayak from a canoe. We're doing a wet rescue. The first priority is to make sure that the participant is safe, make sure that they can breathe and are okay. 90% of the time they'll flip, they'll fall straight out, and they'll bob back up to the top of the buoyancy. The problem is when people freak out a bit, they start jerking around, things like that. A lot of movements, they can get their feet caught in the boat and potentially stuck. Now, in the event of that happening, you need to ensure their safety and make sure that they can breathe and get out. We can do this if they're trapped by just pulling, grabbing the boat, turning it over, giving them time to readjust themselves, get out of the kayak, get nice and safe. If they're a bit larger, we do a similar technique, but instead you put your feet on the bottom, so you get out of your boat, you put your feet on the bottom, hands on the top, and simultaneously you pull with your hands, push with your feet, give it a twisting motion, and they'll come right over. If the participant is still in the water and it's a very cold day, make sure that they're on the side, they're getting out, they're getting warmer, because there's a lot of dangerous ailments if you're stuck in cold water, like hypothermia. To actually rescue the boat in a canoe, what you want to do is the T rescue. It's called this because you get their boat like the bottom end of a T and you act like the head of a T. You pull their kayak up and on to the rim of your canoe and then twist it to pop the air seal, which makes it lighter and easier to do. So you hear that thwoosh, that was the air seal breaking, that's a lot of the water coming out. Then you want to pull it up and onto it, get the water out, back on, but get the participant in, and you can continue running your session. And that is how to rescue a kayak. Okay, this is one of the final skills we're going to demonstrate for getting your qualification as an outdoor paddle sport instructor from British Canoeing. We're doing a wet rescue we're rescuing a canoe with a canoe. The priority, obviously, is ensuring that all of the participants who were in the canoe when it capsized are completely safe and breathing, and they haven't injured themselves, twisted ankles, maybe cuts, bumps on the head especially, because if they're unconscious, then we have to get in the water or pull them out into our boat and get them out so they're breathing and they're fine, and that we can inspect them properly. There's a couple ways you can rescue a canoe. One of the easier ways is just twisting it up, which is you push down on here and you pull up on this side, twist it up, you sort of scoop people out of the water. That's great for bigger people that maybe you can't maneuver as well. But normally the participants will come straight out of the boat and bob to the surface, which is what we want. We want them breathing, safe, happy, fine, calm. If it's a cold day, we want to get them towards the side and we want to get them out of the water to stop anything like hypothermia happening, because that can be really dangerous. But how to properly rescue it is we're going to do something that we call the T rescue, which is where we align our boats like a capital letter T. I'm the head, that's the line going down, and then what we do first off is we twist the boat to break the air seal, because that means that the water can start draining out and we can start pulling the boat slowly onto our boat, trying to make sure you're not going to flip whilst rescuing them, because then that's just doubling the amount of boats you have to rescue. You keep pulling up, trying to get all the water you can out, and then just release. There's still quite a bit of water in there. That's fine, because that means that we can now maneuver the boat, get to the side, empty it out, everyone is safe, happy, breathing, and calm. That's how you rescue a canoe from a canoe.